and good day everybody! Welcome to my class. This is Education 305. And for today's video, we are going to talk about the difference between the two types of scoring rubric, the analytic rubric and the holistic rubric. And I am Czarina Tubog. You can call me Teacher Kaye, and I will be the teacher for today. But first, let us define what is a rubric. According to the Faculty Innovation Center at the University of Texas at Austin, a rubric is a scoring guide used to evaluate a student's performance, product, and a project. It has three types: the performance criteria, the rating scale, and the indicators. Through the use of the rubric, the teacher and the students will know what is expected and what will be assessed. Also, the good thing of this rubric is it will enable the students' performance, product, or project to be evaluated according to a specified criteria, which can make the grading and the ranking simpler, more transparent, and fairer. Let us now go into the main purpose of this video, and that is to distinguish the difference between the holistic rubric and the analytic rubric. First, for the holistic rubric, it is said that each category contains several criteria yielding a single score that gives an overall rating. And for analytic rubric, each criterion receives a separate score. Going back to the holistic rubric, it is said that holistic rubric is useful for summative assessment to students, while analytic rubric is useful for formative assessment, which gives or provides a feedback or diagnostics to the student. Summative assessment is for holistic rubric because again, holistic rubrics give several criteria but only provides a single score, while formative assessment is for analytic rubric because each criterion of this rubric provides a separate score. And yes, holistic rubric provides very little specific information. However, for analytic rubric, the student's strengths and weaknesses are more or clearly expressed. And one advantageous part for holistic rubric is that it is simple and it requires short time to create and score, while for analytic rubrics, since it has separate score for each criterion, it will take a longer time to create and score. All these definitions of holistic rubric and analytic rubric are all derived from the Pearson Education in 2018. In order to fully understand the definitions of the holistic and analytic rubric, I will present to you the different examples of the holistic and analytic rubrics, which I personally made it with my partner, Mr. Ubas. As you can see in the holistic rubric, there are two columns which are the score and the criteria. And there are several criteria but only single score will be yielded out of this criteria. So if you evaluate your students to be, for example, in this rubric of mine, the students are completely prepared to speak clearly and can demonstrate clear understanding, definitely you will give your students a score of 20 over 20. When we move here at the analytic scoring rubric, as you can see, the criterion of the rubric are separated or it is scored individually. So let us move here. Please look at the preparedness. If your student is completely prepared, definitely you will score him or her 4. And after that, you may refer to another criterion and then score them according to their performance of the acid and base experiment. After that, add the scores that you have evaluated and so that you can get the total score of them. And then write it down below the rubric. In order for you not to forget the difference between the holistic rubric and the analytic rubric is that always remember that the category of the holistic rubric contains several criteria which yields a single score that gives the overall rating of the students. On the other hand, the analytic rubric, each criterion of it gives or receives a separate score. Thank you for watching Education 305, and this is Teacher Kaye reminding you all that let's keep learning. Bye guys!